These are the new Kirkland Costco Nike SB collaboration dunks, and today I'm going to skate them, review them, and they're probably going to get destroyed. These are going for a lot of money right now, so if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you drop a like, watch the whole thing, comment, all that good stuff. Let's get into the video. Before I skate them, here's a little bit of a backstory on what they are and why they're so valuable. For starters, this is a real collaboration with Costco and Nike. It released in literally only 8 Costcos across the entire USA. These shoes have been rumored for a long time. People thought it was just a rumor, maybe wasn't ever going to happen, and it actually, everyone heard word that they got canceled. But then randomly, about literally 2 or 3 days ago, they released. Complete shock to everyone. So with all that being said, let's get into the skating and reviewing these.
I'm gonna rate them based off their looks, flick, durability, practicality on a scale of 1 to 10.
Let's start off with rating and getting into the looks of the shoe. And looks really do matter for skate shoes because if you look cooler, feel cooler, you're probably gonna skate a little better and more confident. For starters, these shoes look super unique and they have a ton of Costco details, and I'll show you every single hidden detail right now. We obviously got the Costco membership card here. Got a front of the Costco card and it's reversed and it has like a normal Costco card look on the back too. The tongue tab has very Kirkland looking font right here for Nike Skateboarding. Bottom of the shoes have a little bit of red because Costco logo has some red in it. They come with a ton of Costco themed laces, 5 laces in total, a lot of cool colors. They're even detailed down to the Kirkland themed insole. It doesn't just stop there. When you take out the insole, it spells out the full Kirkland. It's got a guy signing the signature there. And one of my favorite parts about the whole shoe, especially because I'm a fan of the Costco hot dog, the bottom of the insole even has details. It's got the $1.50 Costco hot dog sign. I think this is a great, really funny detail. They definitely didn't have to do it, but they did it anyway. But the biggest and most obvious design feature of the shoe is, of course, this sweatshirt fleece material outer. Material goes across the entire outer of the shoe. And this is one of the main reasons I want to skate it, because typically this material isn't skatable. I'm also not too sure what could be under this material. It kind of feels hard, but it could just be more sweatshirt fleece. Before I get into the next rating category, how they flick, I'm gonna lace them up the way I like.
I actually really like how this shoe looks and I appreciate all the little details they did, so I give the looks of this a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to rate the flick and how they skate. This is the part where they're kind of gonna get destroyed. I started off with some ollies, and to be honest, it was feeling really slippery and weird to ollie with these, because not only are they new shoes, but the outside of them is literally like flicking with a t-shirt. So they definitely took some breaking in and some getting used to get some tricks done.
So far the shoe's looking pretty good, just a few little scuffs there, but I haven't done any crazy flick intensive tricks yet, so let's do that.
Now that I was warmed up, it's time to do tricks that'll test the shoe a little bit better. Flip tricks like these really test the flick of the shoe and how it feels. I also did some heel flips to test how the heel flick feels, and the more I skated them, the less like a t-shirt it felt. It slowly but surely started to feel more like just a normal shoe, but just way slipperier. I also did some wrapping tricks like this impossible and a hospital flip, and those ended up pretty good.
So after just a few kick flips and a couple kickflip variations, you can tell there's a lot of extra wear going on. We haven't even gotten to the durability test yet. I'm gonna go around the park now and try pretty much every obstacle to test all the flick and how it skates for everything.
First obstacle I hit was this fun little quarter pipe, and I wasn't expecting the quarter pipe to feel too much different than a normal shoe. But even on tricks where the flick could be affected by the shoe material, like this blunt stall, it felt fine. The next obstacle I wanted to skate was this almost waist-high cone. The ollie and the 180 were super easy in first try, but once I got to the flick trick, like the kickflip, it took a while. Maybe it was the shoe, or maybe it was just a skill issue, but I eventually got it. And the next obstacle I wanted to try was the rail, which didn't give me too many problems. So surprisingly, I give the flick of the shoe a 5 out of 10.
So overall thoughts for the flick and just skate test in general, they were super slippery and weird feeling at first. You definitely have to break them in to get any kind of good skating from them. But I have to admit, after just skating them right now for an hour or so for the flick test, I kind of forgot that they're this weird like sweater material. So I guess it didn't do too bad on the flick test, but we're gonna see how it survives the durability test. Durability test, there's no other better way to test it than with a kickflip, because that's the most like flick intensive trick there is. So we're gonna do about this many kickflips until either it gets a hole or we just have some good updates on what's even under this material and just how it handles a ton of wear. So I'm gonna do a bunch of kickflips. I'm gonna update you guys every like 5 to 10.
So here's the first 10. I was still breaking in the shoe, so I wasn't landing a lot of these kickflips, so I definitely flicked way more than 10. But I got more and more consistent the more I went on with the durability test, and the shoe actually held up these 10 pretty good, so let's do another 10. The kickflip started to feel better and get more consistent. I probably landed like every other one on these ones. And at this point, when I looked down at my feet, I could definitely see some extra wear happening with each kickflip. And at 20, there was definitely some new interesting scuff developments. so let's go to 30. At this point, I'm starting to get pretty tired from all the kickflips, but I know I had to keep going. I really wanted to see what was under the first layer of the shoe. Definitely hoping to see that there's some kind of leather under the first layer of the shoe after I'm done with the test. So that's 30, and I see definitely some new developments of scuffs around the front of the shoe, and it looks like this part might peel off.
I'm at about 30 kickflips now. I've probably missed about half of them, so I flicked it 60 times, and honestly, the shoe is doing way better than I thought it would. Almost behaving as good as like a hard canvas or like a suede would, to be honest, which is really surprising because it just feels like t-shirt material. So I'm gonna keep going and see if I can get a hole.
Even though the shoe was surviving pretty well, it felt weird flicking this many times on something that kind of looked like a t-shirt. But it's definitely held up pretty good so far. Definitely a lot better than I expected it would, and that's 40 kickflips. Even though the top of the shoe looks like it's gonna peel off, it's kind of stuck on there actually. And my lace is starting to get pretty ripped out. Now it's time to get to the big 50. At this point, I'm definitely getting way better with my kickflips. I'm probably landing like 2 out of 3. And it was after this set of 10 to 50 that I realized that there's kind of like a slit on the front of the shoe where you can see what's under the first layer. Unfortunately, it's not leather, just some thick canvas, and it's starting to peel off on the front here too.
I've now done 50. There's probably more kickflips than I've done in like the past month, to be honest. And I have discovered what is under. As you guys know, it's kind of like this canvasy thing right there. Like that's a good view of it. And the front's kind of breaking apart too. So that was my main thing I wanted to know, what was under it, but I might do a few more just to get a better look.
The final 10 kickflips job is just to make all the wear just a little more so we can see exactly what's going on. Feel free to comment which kickflip was your favorite down below, but that is 60. After this, the cut on the front was looking a little bit deeper, and there was a new scuff on the toe box right here. And the whole front of the shoe was just definitely looking a little thrashed.
So that's 60 kickflips. I would do more, but I think you guys have seen enough kickflips. Basically, as I've already said, it's a cotton fleece like outside, and then under it is canvas that just holds it together. And then once you break through this layer right here, that's just going to be a hole. It didn't really fail or pass the durability test. I think it did pretty good for what this material is, but I was definitely hoping there would be some kind of leather material under the fleece and not just some canvas. But in any case, I've probably flicked almost like 150 kickflips today in total. So honestly, didn't do too bad.
For the durability, I rate it a 4 out of 10. So now let's rate the practicality.
At the end of the day, this is a Nike SB Dunk, so it's going to be pretty practical. But something that I found out about the shoe that I was pretty surprised about and wasn't expecting was this sweater material on the outside. It makes it very breathable. And with these, my feet have been breathing super well and they don't feel hot, and that's something that I could only really say about this shoe. Another thing that you want to see in a skate shoe that this shoe has is a lot of puffiness. So your feet are going to be super protected from the front to the back. Also, it comes with like 5 pairs of laces, so that's pretty practical. When you rip a lace, you got a lot of replacements.
So for the practicality, this shoe gets an 8 out of 10. So when you combine all the scores together, this shoe gets an overall score of 6 out of 10.
That's it for the rating, which leaves us with the final question. Should you buy these to skate them? My answer to that, if you're in it for the clout, yeah, buy them for skating. I got a lot of funny reactions wearing them today. A lot of people taking pictures. Pretty much almost every skater at the park I interacted with knew what they were and thought they were cool. But if you're just trying to find the best skate shoe, these probably aren't it. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching and making it till the end. If you liked the video, drop a like, drop a comment on what you want to see next or any other kind of video you want to see, and subscribe to see more of my videos. See you guys in the next one.